James Gunn dismissed from the DCU. Shockwaves rock the future of DC Studios. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. In a shocking twist that has stunned fans and insiders alike, James Gunn has reportedly been dismissed from his position as co-head of DC Studios. The news, which broke unexpectedly, signals a seismic shift in the direction of the DC Universe, DCU, just as it was beginning to gather momentum under Gunn's ambitious Gods and Monsters reboot plan. The sudden shake-up. James Gunn was appointed co-chair and co-CEO of DC Studios alongside producer Peter Safran in late 2022. His vision was meant to provide the unified creative direction that the DCU had lacked for years. Gunn, famous for revitalizing Guardians of the Galaxy at Marvel and delivering the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker for DC, was expected to bring much-needed cohesion and credibility to the franchise. However, less than 3 years into the role, his tenure has come to an abrupt and controversial end. According to multiple sources close to Warner Bros. Discovery, the decision to part ways with Gunn stemmed from a combination of creative disagreements, delays in production schedules, internal conflicts over casting choices, and waning investor confidence in his long-term roadmap. While no official statement has yet confirmed the exact reasons, insiders suggest tensions had been building behind the scenes for months. A vision interrupted. Gunn's master plan for the DCU was unveiled in early 2023. It included a slate of films and series meant to reset the continuity and focus on lesser-known characters such as Booster Gold, The Authority, and a new version of Superman, Legacy. While fans were initially excited by the fresh direction, many projects faced slow development, and the lack of visible progress began to draw criticism. Superman, Legacy, the flagship reboot film written and directed by Gunn himself, was supposed to kick off the new era in 2025. However, multiple delays, creative rewrites, and behind-the-scenes controversies caused production setbacks. Reports of conflicts with Warner Bros. Executives about the film's tone, casting, and budget only intensified the tension. Gunn's attempt to bring in lesser-known heroes while sidelining iconic figures like Henry Cavill's Superman and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman also drew heavy backlash from longtime DC fans. The decision to recast beloved characters without proper closure for their previous arcs created a fractured fanbase and disrupted continuity more than it resolved it. Fallout across the franchise. Gunn's dismissal is expected to cause significant ripples throughout the studio and the broader entertainment industry. Several upcoming projects are now under review, and rumors are already swirling that some of them could be cancelled altogether or significantly restructured. One of the most immediate casualties may be Creature Commandos, an animated series that Gunn was heavily involved in. It was set to premiere in late 2024 and serve as an early piece of the new DCU puzzle. Now, it may be delayed or scrapped depending on the studio's next leadership direction. Other high-profile projects like The Brave and the Bold, a Batman reboot, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and Swamp Thing are reportedly in limbo. The fate of Peacemaker Season 2, another Gunn-led property that had earned critical acclaim, also remains unclear. Industry reaction. Hollywood has reacted with a mix of surprise and skepticism. While some insiders believe the studio was too hasty in pulling the plug on Gunn's plan before his first film was even released, others argue that the decision was a strategic move to stop further financial bleeding. James Gunn has remained silent on the matter so far, declining to comment publicly. His silence has only fueled speculation about the true nature of the split. Fans, meanwhile, have taken to social media to express frustration, sadness, and in some cases, celebration. Some believe Gunn's irreverent tone and focus on niche characters were never the right fit for the grand, mythic tone traditionally associated with DC superheroes. Others argue that he was a bold choice meant to break the cycle of failure that has plagued DC for the past decade. Without Gunn, many fear the studio will fall back into chaotic leadership and inconsistent storytelling, problems that have haunted DC since the Zack Snyder era. What's next for DC? Warner Bros. Discovery has yet to announce who will take over the creative reins of DC Studios. Rumors suggest the studio may return to a more committee-driven approach rather than appointing a single visionary like Gunn. Others believe a high-profile director, perhaps J.J. Abrams or even a returning Zack Snyder, could be brought back to steer the ship. One thing is clear: the DCU's future is more uncertain than ever. With Marvel's dominance slightly waning and superhero fatigue setting in across the board, this was supposed to be DC's chance to re-establish itself. Now, with its leading, fans trashed James Gunn's Superman movie after leaks, This is not the Superman we wanted. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. The DC Universe is in chaos once again, this time, not because of a studio decision or a box office flop, but because fans themselves have turned on Superman Legacy, the highly anticipated reboot written and directed by James Gunn. Following leaked early footage descriptions, insider reports, and rumors of drastic tone shifts, thousands of DC fans have taken to social media to trash the film before it's even released. Gunn, who was once hailed as the savior of DC after being appointed co-head of DC Studios in 2022, now finds himself facing a massive backlash. The very fanbase that once championed his bold vision is now accusing him of ruining the Man of Steel. Leaks ignite fan fury. The backlash ignited when alleged leaks from internal screenings and early cuts of the film surfaced online. According to sources, the movie reportedly features a quirky, comedic tone, minimal action in the first half, and an emotionally detached version of Clark Kent that some fans claim feels more like a parody than a hero. One leak described the young Superman as awkward, unsure of himself, and constantly cracking jokes, a far cry from the confident, morally grounded icon fans expected. Social media exploded almost instantly. On X, formerly Twitter, the hashtag #NotMySuperman began trending worldwide, followed by hashtag #GunnRuinSuperman and hashtag CancelSupermanLegacy. Reddit threads filled with memes mocking Gunn's version of the hero, while YouTubers posted reaction videos slamming the creative direction. "This isn't Superman. It's Peter Quill in a cape," one fan wrote. "Gunn just turned the most iconic hero in the world into a walking punchline." Another posted, "We waited years for a reboot, and this is what we get? A neurotic, awkward Superman who can't stop talking? This isn't bold, it's insulting." Longtime fans feel betrayed. For many DC fans, Superman is more than just a character. He's a symbol of hope, courage, and truth. Gunn's apparent comedic spin and character changes are being viewed as a betrayal of that legacy. "Gunn clearly doesn't understand Superman at all," said one popular comic book YouTuber in a now viral reaction. "This isn't a guy trying to be relatable. This is a director trying to be edgy and clever at the expense of everything the character stands for." Some fans also criticized the casting of David Corenswet, who plays the titular role, saying he lacks the presence and gravitas of previous Supermen like Henry Cavill and Christopher Reeve. Others blame the tone of the script itself, which early insiders claim is filled with forced banter and meta-commentary, rather than sincere storytelling. "It's trying too hard to be funny and self-aware. Superman doesn't need to be ironic, he needs to inspire," a Reddit user wrote. James Gunn under fire. James Gunn has yet to respond to the growing backlash, but pressure is mounting for a